Do you ever feel like the world's against you? Like you're just trying to get by in this crazy, unpredictable universe? Or maybe you feel like the world is boring or meaningless. Well, today let's talk about something so basic, it's almost hard to name. Call it reality, or maybe what's really going on underneath it all. Every one of us walks around with certain ideas about life. These ideas come from our culture, our language, our history, and they shape our sense of what normal or common sense. A lot of these ideas are ancient. They go back thousands of years, and yet they still color how we see the world, usually without us even realizing it. Now, when I say myth, I don't mean just fairy tales or falsehoods. I mean deep stories, symbolic frameworks we use to make sense of our experience. Even scientists rely on metaphors to explain things. For example, electricity is often compared to water flowing through pipes. It's not literally accurate, but it gives us a way to grasp it. And every culture has its own deep metaphors, its own myths, to explain life itself. In the West, there are two major myths or models of reality that have shaped how we think. One is what I'll call the ceramic model, and the other is the fully automatic model. The ceramic model comes from the Book of Genesis, shared by Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. In this view, the universe is like a handmade object, a pot shaped by a potter, a table built by a carpenter. God is seen as a master artisan, designing and creating the world from the outside, following a divine blueprint. We, along with everything else, are made from raw material, like clay shaped by this higher intelligence. So humans are seen as manufactured things, built to follow a certain plan. And God is often imagined as a king, sitting on a throne, issuing commands. That's why traditional churches are designed like royal courts. But here's the challenge. This model has run into problems in the modern world. The idea of a passive universe needing a creator from outside doesn't fit easily with scientific discoveries. As science evolved, people began asking, do we really need a divine creator to explain how the universe works? Scientists found that saying God does it didn't help predict or explain much. So they dropped the God idea, but kept the notion of fixed, natural laws. In this new model, reality was reimagined as a giant machine, a clockwork universe made of tiny particles bouncing around, following mechanical rules. Humans became isolated objects in a meaningless system, the result of blind forces and random chance. Life in this view is a cosmic accident. So if we want to survive, the story goes, we must fight nature, conquer it, control it. That kind of thinking has led to a deep sense of alienation, seeing ourselves as strangers in a cold, indifferent world. But here's the catch. This model is also a myth. It's another metaphor. It's not a proven truth, just a different story we've been telling. Modern physics no longer sees matter as solid stuff. When we look closer, we find patterns of energy, vibrations, relationships, constant processes. Everything's dynamic. Nothing stays still. Even things aren't really things, they're temporary events, dances of energy. And we humans? We're not isolated observers. We breathe the air the world provides. Our blood carries atoms forged in ancient stars. Even how we move and speak depends on what's around us, the ground beneath us, the people listening. You can't understand what a person is doing without understanding what their environment is doing. Think of a whirlpool in a river. It looks like a distinct thing, but it's really just water flowing in a pattern. In the same way, you and I are dynamic patterns created by the universe, moment by moment. Think about the Big Bang, that massive burst of energy at the beginning of time. Over billions of years, that energy turned into galaxies, stars, planets, and eventually, you. So you're not a byproduct of the Big Bang. You are the Big Bang still unfolding right now. But we've been taught to see ourselves as little drops of consciousness, cut off from the whole. In reality, you're part of the ongoing dance of the cosmos. We talk about things, but that's just how language carves up reality. Nature isn't made of separate chunks. It's fluid, wiggly, always in motion. We think we're inside our skin and everything else is out there. But your skin isn't a barrier. It's a meeting point. It's where you and the world connect. So why do so many people feel lonely, anxious, or cut off? Maybe because we're stuck with these old myths, either a dominating God or a meaningless machine. But there is another way to see it. You are an expression of the universe, just like a leaf is an expression of a tree. When you truly see this, you stop needing to conquer everything or to bow down before it. You start to realize, just like an apple tree apples, the universe peoples. And when you see how deeply you belong, life becomes less threatening. It stops being a trap and starts to feel like a dance. That's the real shift. No longer seeing the world as lifeless matter shaped by a distant god or a machine with no meaning. Instead, you begin to see it as an ongoing flow, playful, creative, alive. And that includes you, me, and everything else. And maybe, just maybe, when you see life that way, you begin to live more freely, more harmoniously, and with a deep sense of belonging. And perhaps that's the whole point. Now, as a kid, I loved stories about mythical creatures. I dreamed of worlds where magic was real. But as I grew up, I started to feel like those stories weren't for me. I mean, how could dragons or fairies be real, right? Yet there was a part of me that still yearned for something beyond the ordinary. Then one day, something amazing happened. I discovered a world where magic wasn't just make-believe, it was real. At first, it felt like a secret just for me. I didn't know how to explain it to others. But as I learned more, I realized I wasn't alone. There are people all over the world who are rediscovering the magic in everyday life. They're finding that magic isn't something you read about in books. It's something you experience in every moment. You see, magic happens when you realize that life itself is a miracle. When you pay attention to the small details, you can see the beauty and wonder all around you. A ladybug landing on your finger, the sound of laughter echoing in the park, or the feeling of the sun on your skin. These are the moments when magic comes alive. Magic isn't just in the big, spectacular things. It's in the quiet, simple moments that most people miss. But here's the best part. You can create magic in your own life. It starts with a shift in perspective. It's about opening yourself up to the possibilities and embracing the unknown. When you do that, you become a co-creator of your reality. Your life becomes a canvas where you can paint your dreams and bring your imagination to life. It's like discovering a hidden superpower within you. And the coolest thing, you don't have to keep this magic a secret. You can share it with others. When you connect with people who love magic too, you form a special bond. You understand each other on a deeper level, and you can create even more wonder together. So if you're ready to dive into this magical world, take the first step today. Believe in the impossible, embrace the unknown, and let your imagination soar. Who knows what kind of magic you might find? And if you'd like to explore further, there's a community waiting to welcome you. It's a place where you can share your experiences, learn from others, and unleash your full potential. Together, you can create a life filled with wonder, joy, and endless possibilities. So are you ready to embark on this incredible journey? Are you ready to discover the magic that's been within you all along? If so, take that first step and let the magic begin. Let me start with a question. Who are you? Now, that may seem like a simple question to answer, especially because you're probably thinking, I know. My name is your name. I'm your job title at your company, and I love your hobbies. But then you realize that your name is just a sound society uses to address you. Your job is a role you play based on the skills you possess or have been trained to do. And your hobbies are either forced on you by your environment or things that you've convinced yourself you enjoy to pass time or look good in front of others. So you take a breath. Who are you? Not your name. Not your job. Not your social media bio or your resume. Not the roles you play, daughter, son, student, employee, friend. Who are you? At your core, you are the essence of all the experiences you've had throughout your life. You are the sum total of every decision that got you to this moment. You are the thoughts you think, the beliefs you hold, and the values you stand for. You are the feeling you get when nothing is wrong and nothing is missing. You are peace. Who are you? Really? It's a question you've probably asked yourself before, maybe in a quiet moment of reflection or during a late-night conversation with your higher self. A brief window where your defenses are down and you feel compelled to connect with the person you know you are deep down. A brief window that allows you to glimpse the real you. But quickly it disappears and you fall back into the abyss of distraction and artificiality. We're all actors on a stage, playing roles dictated by the expectations of others. We spend so much time trying to be what people want us to be that we forget who we really are. You become the role you're playing. You confuse doing with being. Doing is acting. Being is living. You act to achieve external results. You live to experience internal fulfillment, and yet we mistake one for the other. We constantly seek external validation because we've been conditioned to believe that our value comes from what people think. But let me tell you a secret. No one knows you better than you. No one has a greater understanding of what you can achieve than you. No one can make you happy like you. Can you truly be happy when you're living someone else's dream? When you're chasing goals that aren't even yours? When you're following paths you didn't choose? You may trick everyone else. You may fool those around you. You may convince them that you're happy, but you can't lie to yourself. There's a part of you that feels incomplete, a void that can never be filled by anything except the truth. And the truth is, you're afraid to be yourself because you were taught that being you might not be enough. But what if being you is exactly what's missing in this world? What if being you, authentically you, is not the risk, but the reward? You see, life is hard enough as it is without adding the pressure of living someone else's dream. Society tells you to aim high, to beat others, to be extraordinary, all while ignoring your unique talents and capabilities. They do unconsider the amount of effort required to fit in when you're not meant to be fitted. They don't count the emotional toll of sacrificing your happiness for their idea of perfection. And when you finally crack, when you burn out, when you realize you can't sustain this charade any longer, they call you lazy, unmotivated, and ungrateful. But here's the harsh truth you've got to accept. If you don't define who you are, the world will happily fill the blank for you. But why would you let them? Why would you allow them to dictate who you should be? You are the expert on you. Trust your inner wisdom. Trust the voice that's been calling out to you. Deep down under all the noise there's a voice. Small, quiet, but wise. You've heard it before. Maybe as a child, when you felt something wasn't right and couldn't articulate why. Maybe as a teen, when you knew you didn't want what others expected, but couldn't explain it. Or as an adult, when you felt called to do something different, but convinced yourself it wasn't possible. Deep down, under all the noise, there's a voice. It's you. Not the scared you. Not the trained you. Not the obedient you. The true you. Listen to that voice. Let it guide you. It knows the way. It always has. It always will. You may think you're not strong enough to follow that voice. That'll be too difficult. That you'll face rejections. That you'll disappoint those around you. But fear is a liar. It magnifies the small chance of failure into a certainty. It makes the road ahead look so much longer and harder than it needs to be. But here's the truth. Pain is inevitable. Suffering is optional. It's your choice. You can choose to walk that path with a heavy heart and the weight of guilt, or with a light step and a clear conscience. You can choose to do what you were trained to do, or to dance to the rhythm of your soul. You can choose to live with regret, or to live with pride. You can choose to stay the same or to grow. The choice is yours. Remember, suffering is optional. So who are you, really? You are the one who asks questions. The one who seeks answers. The one who doesn't settle for less. You are not your past. Not your mistakes. Not your label. Not what they think. Not what they say. You are not the victim of circumstances. You are the architect of your future. You are the author of a story still being written, and you hold the pen. It's like you already know this. I can sense it. You feel it too. You're not happy being who you're not. You want to break free from the chains of mediocrity and embrace the fullness of who you are. But it's scary, isn't it? It's scary to go against the grain. It's scary to swim against the current. It's scary to be yourself. Because in doing so, you'll lose friends who only knew the role you were playing. You'll face family members who won't understand your decisions. You'll deal with colleagues who thought they knew you better than you knew yourself. You'll encounter people who don't deserve to be a part of your journey. But listen closely. This pain is not yours to carry. It's theirs. When you decide to leave the performance, when you turn off the TV, when you unplug from the matrix, you're no longer responsible for their ignorance. You're not responsible for making them understand. You're responsible for you. You have a duty to your soul, to your dreams, to your mission. Do you feel that calling? That drive? That urgency to express your truth? That desire to share your gift with the world? It's there, isn't it? Underneath all the doubts and fears, there's a fire waiting to be unleashed. And here's the beautiful part. You don't need to do this alone. Reach out to those who resonate with your energy. Connect with those who understand your struggles. Surround yourself with those who support your growth. Create your tribe. Become your village. And together you'll form a community of like-minded souls who uplift each other, inspire each other, and empower each other to be themselves. So who are you? You are the artist of your own masterpiece. You are the composer of your own symphony. You are the creator of your own reality. Stop pretending to be someone else. Stop trying to fit into a mold that was never meant for you. Stop wasting your precious time chasing someone else's dream. It's time to wake up. It's time to be real. It's time to be you. If this message resonated with you, I invite you to pause for a moment. Look in the mirror and repeat after me. I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. Thank you.